Howdy. This video is going to be part 3 of 4 of my back issue haul where I got everything for half price. Um, this Marvel Point 1 issue, I don't really know all that much about it, except that it's the first appearance of this new, younger Nova character. And I guess that's him up there in the corner. But I don't really know a whole lot about him. I just saw it and thought, well, whatever. I'd pick it up. It was cheap. Okay, so story time. I first started really getting into comics back in the early 90s, and when Valiant started hitting big, I got into them as well, and it was kind of a revelation after so much Rob Liefeld and Todd McFarlane and Jim Lee, just to see something that was really different. And I really enjoyed their stuff, but I always had massive holes in my collection of, from the really early days of Valiant. So I started trying to, recently, like about 6 months ago, when I started really getting back into collecting, and I never really stopped. I was always following like certain writers from book to book, and never really looking around to see what else was out there. And I certainly wasn't picking up spec books or anything like that. But the reason I got back into that sort of thing more recently, and started trying to go back and get older back issues that are cool, stuff that I always wanted but never really got, is because about 6 months ago, a friend of mine was looking at his own collection, and he wanted to fill the holes from his early Valiant, all those early Valiant books that he was missing, and it started getting me thinking about the same thing. So I went back and looked at what I had, and started writing down a list of what else I still needed, and I've actually gotten most of it since then. I only had a few books left that I still need, and at this point I think I'm down to maybe 4 issues of Magnus and 1 issue of Solar, and I have all the rest of it from the first 2 years or so of Valiant up until about the point where Jim Shooter's plots run out. This issue, Magnus number 5, I think this is the first appearance of Rye, and it's one of the last issues that I didn't have, and it's really cool to get it. It's in perfect condition, and it cost me $15. And the next one that I found there, and I was super happy to find this, is Magnus Robot Fighter number 0. This is the one where you had to clip the coupons from the first 4 issues and mail them away to get the 0 issue. This is also in perfect condition. They had it for only $25, so I got it for $12.50, which is just amazes me. I can't believe they had it for so cheap, because I've seen it. Well, I've seen slabbed versions go on eBay for well over $100. So I was really surprised to find this, and really happy. And the last Valiant book that I picked up that finished off my Exo Manowar collection, Exo Manowar number 4. It's the first appearance of Jack Boniface, who becomes Shadow Man. I got this for $20. It's in pristine condition. I could not be happier to have this. This is so awesome. So anyway, I'm going to move those aside, and we'll move on to a bunch of Marvel's like X books, mutant books, whatever. This is the New Mutants number 90. I've been kind of wanting to finish out Rob Liefeld's run on the book. I don't have a first print of 87, and I don't have 98, so those are going to be a little bit difficult to get. But the rest of them, I have most of the rest of them. This is just one of the ones that I didn't have, and probably the reason I didn't have it is that the cover, frankly, is not very good. And you can kind of see just the way the characters are standing. They're all very stiff and unnatural. And I don't know, it's just not that good. But I didn't have it, and it was cheap. I got it for $3, so whatever. I also picked up issue 9 of the second series This comes right after the first appearance of Surge, and this is really her first full appearance, where she actually meets the rest of the characters and demonstrates her powers and all that. And that was cheap too. Nobody's really looking for that issue. I also picked up X-Men number 30, The Marriage of Cyclops and Jean Grey. I never got this originally because I kind of stopped reading X-Men right around issue 25, and I just missed it. And, you know, I was thinking about it, going back and picking it up at some point, and I just happened to find it while I was looking through the back issue bins, and it was cheap. It's in perfect condition, so I figured, why not? I've seen a bunch of people show this before. This is Wolverine number 80. This is the issue where he gets cloned. I think the clone dies or is, like, it doesn't work. It can't survive or something like that. But there's a like a vial of, or a test tube of Wolverine's genetic material that's labeled X-23, and I don't know, people speculate that this is sort of the first hint that X-23 is going to exist one day. And for my part, I don't know, it seems like it probably could just be a coincidence, or maybe when Craig Kyle and Christopher Yost, I think those are their names, whenever they created X-23 for the X-Men Evolution cartoon, they might have just like gone to the editors and say, hey, we want to create a clone of Wolverine. Is there any like material in this sort of thing? And this is what they came up with, and they just used the designation X-23. I don't really know, but some people have been specking on it, and this was really cheap. It's in great shape. It was $2, so I couldn't pass it up for that. Move on to Wolverine number 88. This is the first fight between Wolverine and Deadpool, so that's kind of cool. It's kind of a key issue. I'm surprised that they had this so cheap. They had it, it's in great shape. They had it marked at $4, so I got it for $2. This is the deluxe version, which actually is worth a little bit more than the regular version. You can tell because it has a $1.95 cover price. Yeah, plus, well, I don't know if the regular version says deluxe there or not, but this one certainly does. Next, I got X-Men Annual number 14. This is the first cameo appearance of Gambit. It was pretty, I got it for $9. Can't complain about that. That's pretty sweet. Really nice Art Adams artwork. The final book that I got is one of the John Byrne issues of Uncanny X-Men, number 133. This is the issue right before the first appearance of the Dark Phoenix. I've been trying to get a run of Uncanny X-Men from giant size all the way up to about issue 300 or so. This is, I don't know, I'm sure I have less than half of the Byrne Claremont run. It's going to take some effort to get all of it, but I think I read in an interview once where originally the readers of the X-Men back then weren't, like, they didn't really latch onto Wolverine. Nobody really liked him all that much. But this is the issue that kind of changed everybody's mind, where in the previous issue the X-Men get defeated by the Hellfire Club and Wolverine is kind of on his own. He's down in the sewers and everybody thinks he's dead or hurt or something. So he has to come back in this one and kind of take out everyone on his own, and this is the one that really turned around fan opinion on Wolverine. And it is a really cool issue, and I'm glad I got it. It's in terrific shape. I got it for $27.50, so that's pretty sweet. I got one more of these videos to go, and then that'll be it for this back issue haul, at least until the next time they do a sale. And they do like 3 or 4 of these a year. Lord. Anyway, feel free to subscribe, leave a comment, let me know what you think of all these back issues. I will see everybody in the next video.